Couple of months ago, I spent a week with the all-new Land Rover Defender 90 and I was really impressed with it. It excelled in a role that it's mostly used, as a daily driver. Today we have something different, a more practical 4-door variant with a 518 horsepower supercharged V8 under the hood. Just as a quick reminder, the L663 Defender is a new model from the ground up. It shares no components with its predecessor, and unlike previous models, it features an aluminum unibody instead of a body-on-frame construction. It's offered in 3 variants: a 4-door Defender 110 that you see here, Defender 90, which is a 2-door short wheelbase version, and a long wheelbase Defender 130 that can seat up to 8 passengers. So let's jump inside the Defender 110 and talk about the interior space. Now, as you can see, Land Rover took a utilitarian approach when designing the cabin, and it fits the Defender's character perfectly. The interior blends in both old-school design and new-school simplicity. It looks clean, and while it is rugged, it doesn't feel cheap. Everything is nice to the touch and well put together. At the same time, it is very practical and you get plenty of compartments for your stuff. The Defender obviously received a new PV Pro infotainment system, which is a huge upgrade compared to the previous multimedia that you could find in Land Rover products. It has a clean graphical interface, supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and is easy to use. Thankfully, you still get physical controls for the climate control and drive modes. The front heated and cooled seats are well padded and comfortable, but I wish they provided better thigh support. Now, moving to the back, you have a ton of headroom and legroom, and even 3 adults should have no issues fitting back there. Last but not least, the trunk. Thanks to the boxy shape, it's very practical, offering 38.5 cubic feet of space behind the second row and 76.1 cubic feet after folding the backseat down. Alright, so that was the interior of the Land Rover Defender V8. With that, let's take it on the road and see how it drives. So let's start with what really matters here, which is the engine. The Defender V8 is powered by a 5-liter supercharged 8-cylinder, producing 518 horsepower and 461 pounds-feet of torque. As you can imagine, this is more than enough, even for something that weighs over 5,700 pounds, and the power delivery is incredibly smooth. The soundtrack of the V8, especially at higher revs, is addicting, although it's not as aggressive as it is in the SVR models. Not gonna lie, I would love to see an octave exhaust here. In case you care about fuel economy, as you can imagine, it isn't the greatest. During my week with the Defender V8, I averaged 12 miles per gallon in the city, 20 on highway, and 16 combined. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning, the new Defender features an aluminum unibody construction, and it had a positive impact on the ride quality without sacrificing the off-road performance. For the 110 model with an optional air suspension, the maximum approach angle is 37.5 degrees, the departure angle is 28.5 degrees, and you can raise the Defender from standard 8.5 inches up to 11.5 inches above the ground. Full-time all-wheel drive with 2-speed transfer case is obviously standard, and the terrain response mode allows you to pick a driving mode based on the surface you're traveling on. Now, don't think of the V8 variant as a performance model. Even with specifically tuned spring and damper rates and the dynamic driving mode that stiffens the suspension, the chassis still feels soft, and the result of that is excellent ride quality. The cabin is well isolated, and despite the boxy shape, the wind noise isn't annoying even at speeds in the neighborhood of 80 miles per hour. All those things combined make the Defender a very comfortable cruiser and a great daily driver. Speaking of driving the Defender on the daily basis, you probably wonder what driver assist features it has. Well, it comes standard with an automatic braking, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alerts, and a 360-degree camera with front and rear parking sensors. In typical JLR fashion, an adaptive cruise control is a standalone option priced at $1,200. We're in a golden age of very powerful off-roaders, and the new Defender is a very interesting proposition in that segment. It offers unique design, very comfortable ride, great off-road performance, and an amazing supercharged V8. Having said that, if I were to get the Defender, which I'm actually considering when the lease is up for my XC60, I would go for the two-door variant with an inline-six. Pricing for the Defender V8 starts at around $108,000 for the two-door variant and a $111,000 for the four-door. My tester being well-equipped Carpathian edition was priced at $118,000. If you wonder how I would spec out my Defender V8, click the link in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.